Hey, Jay here, along the way with J&J. So, this coming Monday, we're getting our tow kit installed on Inky, our tow car, and Lady T, our motorhome. So, I actually had somebody request a little video on what equipment we have purchased for it. So, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what we bought. The first thing is our tow bar. So this is a Demco, Demco Commander. It's rated for 6,000 pounds. So that means you can tow a vehicle at 6,000 pounds or less. Our vehicle is definitely less, being that Inky is a smart car, probably only weighs about 1,800 pounds, empty, not including any stuff we stack in there or whatever, but 1,800 pounds is not a heavy car, and that was the reason we purchased it, because our Class C motorhome Lady T is 20 plus years old, and just wanted to be sure that we didn't kill the engine trying to tow a heavier vehicle. So this came with the safety cables. Okay, one end of these is going to go onto the car, and one end is going to go onto the motorhome. That way, if it becomes detached, you got the cables to try to keep it together. This other part here, this blue wire here is the power. So this is going to plug into the car, and then this other end is going to plug into the motorhome. And that way, when you hit the brakes on the motorhome, the lights on the car are going to light up or come on when you're taking turns or directionals and all that stuff. So that is the tow bar. So this end here is going to go into the next piece. So the next piece is the braking system. So this is the tow bar. It's not going to go directly into the back of the motorhome trailer hitch. It's going to go into what's called the supplemental braking system. So what that is this, I guess you can call it a tow bar adapter. This is NSA products, NSA RV products. They call it the Ready Brake. So you can see that one piece is a little bit smaller going into the other. So when you hook this up, this is going to go into the hitch of the motorhome. And then this other end is where the tow bar goes into. Then you have this cable here. So this goes and attaches to the brake pedal in the car on that end. Then this end is going to stick out of the front of the car. And this cable here is going to connect to here. Okay, so when I put the brakes on in the motorhome, this piece is going to compress, and it's going to pull this lever, which in turn will pull this cable, applying appropriate brake pressure in the car to help it slow down. Now this was the simplest, I think, in my opinion, the simplest supplemental braking system that I found online. Most of the ones are a little bit more expensive, and you have to take it in and out of the car every time you tow and stop towing. You have to put it in the front seat on the floor, hook it up to the pedal, and have a couple of wires, plug it into the cigarette lighter, and then some of them would drain the battery. With this, you're just gonna hook that up to the motorhome, and all it is just pulling a steel cable back and forth, whether or not you need brakes or not. And the red and white wires there, those are for a little light. You can run those back and hook it up to a dash light, so whenever the brake comes on, it'll put a little light on the dashboard. I'm not going to say that's something we need, but it's there, so I'll leave it up to the installers to decide whether it'll be easy enough to put it in and not incur any extra install time. So these two items, or all these items here, tow bar, the safety cables, the power cable, the braking system, I found on Craigslist off a guy in New Hampshire who bought them like 2 years ago, so they're only about 2 years old. So if I bought them now, they'd be double the price or more. So there are deals to be had out there if you don't mind buying used equipment. He hooked it up to his truck and showed me exactly, you know, maybe not how everything works, you know, it's still all tied up with tie wraps and all that stuff, but those are the main components of the tow kit. There is one more main component we're going to go inside and take a look at. That's one of the brand new pieces that we bought. You just really, I don't know if you can find them used, but it's rare. It's the tow plate that goes onto the car. So we're going to go inside and take a look at that. But again, this is the tow bar and the supplemental braking system. Picked them up off of Craigslist, and they're going to be installed in a couple of days. So just want to put this video together. But let's go inside and take a look at the new stuff I bought. Okay, now we're in the house. This is the tow plate. So this is the base plate that attaches to the car, which the tow bar connects into. So if we can take a look at this. So it's already pre-drilled. You know, these things are made for the cars that you purchase them for. This was made for a smart car. Okay, and this will service many years of smart cars. So it goes onto the motorhome, goes onto the car frame, and then you have these two ends. This is where the this is where the tow bar will connect into, and then the pin goes here, and then your safety chain connects to here. Same thing on this side. Okay, so these things are going to stick out just a little bit. So they'll probably stick out, these probably about that far. Okay, so the length of my thumb. Okay, they're going to stick out of the front of the vehicle. So they do have to cut the bumper a little bit to fit it, but they have these little covers. Okay, so when you're not towing, these little covers will, you know, go over it, and it won't look like, you know, there's a tow bar there or anything, unless you get real up close and personal with it. So talking about the braking system, a lot of states require you to have a supplemental braking system for different, so a lot of different states have a lot of different regulations. So I think in like New York, if you're towing 1,300 pounds, you have to have a supplemental braking system. Excuse me. As opposed to Massachusetts, if you're towing 10,000 pounds, you have to have a supplemental braking system. And most of the time, if you have to have a supplemental braking system, they also require a breakaway kit on, you know, if you're towing another vehicle, like on a, you know, from a motorhome or, you know, a large trailer. So what a breakaway kit is, I bought one specific for the brake that we have, the NSA products one. So if the vehicle and the tow bar somehow disconnect from the motorhome or the vehicle, this will pull that steel cable that's connected to the brake and put it on and stop the car from, you know, getting out of control and causing an accident or whatever. Not to say it's not going to cause an accident, but I haven't done any research, but in my 3 years of RVing, I don't know anybody that's had an issue where their breakaway kit became involved. But if it's required by law, I went ahead and bought it. It was not that bad. I got it on Amazon, just under $100, I think, for this. And buy it on, look around, because some people were charging $150 or something, but I got it on Amazon for like $89 or, you know, something like that. And being that I did buy this system used, and I just wanted to make sure we had all the pieces and parts required to get it installed, I bought what they call a, put it on the chair here, some of the light coming in from the windows messing me up. So this is a second vehicle kit. So if I was to have two different tow vehicles, this is what I would need to completely hook up a secondary vehicle. So it's got some of the components I already showed you out in the garage, like the brake cable here and the connector for the brake pedal. So this is just a complete set in case we don't have everything we need. I bought this. This was I don't know, like $60 on Amazon. So you can pick that up, and if we have to use some of the parts of it, fine. If not, I'll hold on to it, or I'll try to return it to Amazon and get my money back. But I'd rather have it available just in case I need some of the parts, because I don't know what this thing is here. You know, this little adapter that's running around on me. You know, that's something that may be attached to one of those cables already. Who knows? Okay, so I also bought these pins. Okay, these are locking pins. Okay, so I can put the tow bar or the braking system into the motorhome. We'll stick one of these pins to it and we'll lock it on there, so nobody can just come by and pull the pin and steal it. So, you know, it's just a regular pin. You put it through, and then this goes on and locks it in place. So you can't take it off unless you have the key. So I bought two. This one's going to go on the supplemental brake, which goes into the motorhome. And this one is going to go from the tow bar to the supplemental brake. And I think I got to purchase one more, which I should probably do that this weekend. So we also take our bicycles with us. So I bought this. This is a dual hitch adapter. Okay, so it just allows me to tow two different items on the motorhome. So this end here is going to go into the motorhome. Then up here I'm going to put the bike rack. And down here is where the tow bar will go. Or actually the braking system will go in here, and then the tow bar. So I'm probably going to get one locking pin goes here into the motorhome. Okay, so nobody can steal anything that's attached to that. One locking pin will go here, and then I think I just need one more for the tow bar into the braking system. But anyway, so that is all the equipment we bought for the towing of our 2009 smart car on our 1994 Class C motorhome. So that's going to be installed on Monday. Today is Friday, so I got to drop the car off. They're going to do the car part, and then when I pick up the car, I have to pick it up with the motorhome. They're going to show me how it all goes together, how it works, and then they're going to throw me to the wolves and make me drive home towing the car for the first time. There's one more thing we might get. We do not have now is a rear view camera, just because we will be towing. We don't need to have the camera back there, but it'd be nice to make sure everything is still there and not hanging on by like one safety chain or something. Okay, so that's going to be it. That's all the pieces we have for our tow kit. Like I said, I might just pick up a couple of more pins and just have locking pins all around for everything. This will be installed on Monday, so look for another video. Let's wait until probably September sometime, because we got something else coming up. It's gonna occupy us for a couple of weeks. So check back on the blog, check back on YouTube, and maybe we'll see you on the road.